Deuces here with another action figure review. Today's gonna be a little different. I'm gonna be reviewing this Rorschach figure. I got uh, used and loose at a comic book store today. I believe it's from the DC Direct line of figures that I did. So I did a little bit of research, and I think that's the line that he is from. And there are good things about this figure, and there are some pretty bad things about this figure. And whether or not to get him really depends on what kind of collector you are. And I'll try to kind of explain that going forward with the review. There hasn't been a whole lot of Rorschach figures. There was a variant of this figure that was unmasked, which I believe is cheaper than this version. And also I've seen versions of this figure with different designs on his mask. So I'm not sure if there's actually variants with different designs of masks or if they're all the same, but online at least I've seen different patterns on his face. And yeah, there hasn't been too many other Rorschach figures. There's been a 1/6 scale one, which is probably the best one, and then there's another 6-inch one, I believe, from the DC Classics line, which is based more on his comic appearance. But I do like this figure. I watched the Watchmen movie actually relatively recently for the first time. I still need to read the comic, but Rorschach is definitely my favorite character from the movie. Without a doubt, I really like this character. And he looks badass too. I'm taking a closer look at the figure. Sculpt and paint wise, he is really well done. Just get a closer up on the face. You get the fedora hat, which is really cool. The brown that's used for his clothing and his hat is really nice. It's a dark brown, but has like some brushing on it, so it looks more like worn leather or whatever material it is, which is really cool. If it wants to focus. He also has the brown, lighter brown painted band around the hat. The mask's also really cool. He has just kind of a white head, but the ears are sculpted underneath, so it's like a face is underneath there. And I think they kind of captured it well, make it look like there's a human face underneath the mask. And the mask is cool. You've got the black design on there, which is really cool. There we go. There's a better look at it, more focused. He's got the scarf sculpted around his neck, which is cool. And you got the coat, which is really nicely sculpted. You got all that fabric folding and whatnot. The collar looks really nice. He's got these little shoulder things. I don't know if you call them, I want to call them epaulets, but I don't know if they're actually epaulets. But that one's buttoned down. This one's loose, or is sculpted to be look like it's loose, which is accurate. It looks pretty cool. Then you got that nice sculpted detail of the jacket. You got the buttons sculpted on. You got the belt here. This is made of a really pliable plastic. You got some bronze sculpted there, or painted there for the buckle. More buttons. Really nice sculpt. You got the sleeves there, got the strap there. The gloves are painted in a lighter brown. It has some nice sculpting on them. Got the back here. Again, some nice sculpting detail. And my camera crapped out, which is nice, and the paint's nice. Got the but then we get into the really bad. For the most part, it might as well be a statue. It reminds me isn't really bad. And you can move it left and right, and not good sort of gestural poses out of it, but it's because it's not like anything that he really needs. But he does come with a stand. If you get him new, or you get him with all the accessories, he comes with a stand, which he doesn't need to stand, which is nice, but he comes with a stand. He comes with the alternate hand for gripping, accessories, which is used to grip his last accessory, which is a grapple gun. It would have been nice to get the grapple gun in the alternate hand, but not a huge deal because he still looks badass. So overall, even without the articulation, and believe me, I'm a pretty big on articulation kind of guy. I really like this figure a lot. I mean, I did get it relatively cheap, but or at least for what it goes for online. But I mean, there's not very many Rorschach figures out there. We're probably not getting another Rorschach figure anytime soon. And he doesn't go for exactly the cheapest that I'd like online, so I thought I'd snag it up while I could. I say if you're a big Watchmen fan and a big fan of the character, and you don't mind not having very much articulation, then I say definitely, and you can get it for a good price, of course, then I'd say definitely recommend picking this guy up, because even without the articulation, he still displays really nicely and looks really cool. I bought him mainly just to have a Rorschach figure, and so I could take pictures for him for toy photography. Articulation is not a huge issue, of course. Yeah, for photography, I could get him in dynamic poses, but all I really need him to do is look badass. So it wasn't a big deal for me. But if you're looking for a lot of articulation, super articulation, you're not going to find it here. So you might want to skip out on this figure, and especially if you're not a huge fan of the character. Before I end off, I'll just give you a quick size comparison. I just have a Black Series figure here, real quick, to give you sort of an idea how tall he is. So he is a bit taller than the Black Series figures. I mean, Luke is a little shorter than average, but he's a little bit taller than your average size Black Series figure, but he still works in 6-inch collections. So anyone who's a 6-inch collector, he'll fit good. But anyways, that is my review of the DC Direct Rorschach figure from Watchmen. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.